Be it real or metaphor, whatever is in your backpack or your briefcase or your purse that you've brought into the sanctuary that is weighing you down, leave it behind. Whatever you are carrying that is keeping you distracted or caught up in shame or guilt or hopelessness, leave it behind. If you need it, it will be there when we are done. But for this hour, just let it go. Come into this place with open hearts. Come into this place with a soul that has remembered how to be tender again. And come into this place ready to build a world we have already been worthy of and have dreamed of. That's something I did when my mom performed. Good morning and welcome to MVUUF. My name is Sarah Collins and helping out with service today is Seth on piano and Richard on tech. We honor these lands as sacred and current home to the Dakota people. May we also treat these lands and all of its people as sacred through our own living. We extend a special welcome to anyone joining us for the first time today. There are visitor packets in the lower lobby for you to take home, and we invite you to sign our visitor form as well. Folks online can find a link to the visitor form in chat or in the comment area. Hospitality, and then before we continue, are there any announcements? Yes.
Hello. Yeah, I have been, Nan and I have been kind of leading, for our congregation, this postcard thing for UU the Vote. I just got, is that me? Oh, like, okay. Everything okay, Tom? Okay, he'll let us know. Anyway, Karen Wills from Moose Jaw just texted me. She said that Pride weekend, Twin Cities Pride this month, we have a booth there, Moose Jaw does, and part of it will be to, for outreach to potential voters. And they need more people to be, kind of at the booth representing us, especially on Sunday. Nan and I both signed up for a little spot on Sunday. So if you or anyone else might be interested, I think it would be a lot of fun. Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't remember the exact dates, so, okay? What? That's right, there's only 30, so it's 29th and 30th. We knew what you meant. Okay, summer should always have the most days. All right, thank you.
And then Greg had an announcement? Yeah, can somebody pass the microphone to Greg?
Yeah, it's some sort of, it's not part of the announcement. Coming to the front for this.
Yay!
Testing. Brothers and sisters, can this thing work? Testing.
It works.
I might be loud enough not to even use it. Brothers and sisters, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hold it close. The surgery took place on Wednesday. I started driving on Friday. How do I feel? I feel like I feel in my dreams. That means absolutely fantastic, because I see the world as the world is meant to be seen, in all its beauty, all its essence, all its color. And the other great thing is that I wake up in the morning reminding myself that you already see, Greg, no need for glasses or contact lenses at all. At all. And I never, ever in my life went through this experience. As far as I remember, I got glasses for the first time when I was like 4 or 5 years old. So I had to put them on in order to see correctly. Or I had to go to the bathroom to put in a contact lens. No more. Think about it, brothers and sisters. I've been missing out on what you guys have been seeing for an extremely long time. And finally, because of you, and because your contributions and your essence in my life, now I have the chance to enjoy great vision for the rest of my life.
Thank you so much for the update, Greg. It's just an example of one of the many ways we all come together as a congregation and support each other.
Okay.
And then, with that being said, let's get on to the chalice lighting. Each of us was created with the image of love wherever we come from, wherever we are going. Whoever we are, whomever we love, our bodies are sacred, our minds are blessed, our spirits are beloved. May we always be open to receive more. Antonio would have loved to have me help me light the bowl of fire. Now join in the turn to the gray hymnal hymn 346. Come sing a song with me.
Hey everybody, come sing a song with me. Here's our note. La. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you home when home is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love that arose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream
Okay, I cannot see behind me. Was Spirit of Life behind me?
It was briefly.
Yeah. Do you guys want to do Spirit of Life? I love Spirit of Life. It does not seem right if we don't do Spirit of Life. Richard, can we do Spirit of Life? It does not seem right if we don't do Spirit of Life. Okay. Gray hymnal 123, Spirit of Life. I'm sorry, it doesn't seem right to not have Spirit of Life at a service. Am I right? So, thank you all for going with it with me. Now, each week we set aside a few moments to lift up our joys and sorrows carried among us. If you have something to share in person, you can raise your hand and an usher will bring in the microphone. And Yamini and Seth, can I volunteer you guys to be ushers today? Thank you. And if you are on Zoom, you can share in the chat, and the folks on YouTube are encouraged to share in the comments. Now let us open our time for sharing.
Still in? Is it working? Microphone?
I'm Marcy Lovejoy, and I've missed being here the last few months. After another eye surgery, I actually went into a care center for that amount of time because I couldn't see to do all my eye drops and things like that. So I sure have missed all of you. And I got home Friday, so I'm back to having more Mr. Magoo stories I'll be able to share. And but mainly I wanted to say, you know, with not being able to see people, I hope you'll come up and reintroduce yourself to me, because I can't tell when people are speaking to me or who they are, so that will be great. I'm so happy to be back. It's meant I've been coming for almost a year now, or started here about that time, and it's just really been a wonderful part of my life.
Hi, I'm Nancy, and I'm excited because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, my daughter and I are going to drive up to the Boundary Waters to see the camp that our granddaughter is helping in the kitchen with. That's about the only way we're going to see her this summer before she goes back to college. So I'm excited about that.
I'm Mimi Law, and I got invited to go up to the cabin, and we had a cabin, well, my husband's family for 60 years up north, and a friend invited me for a few days, and then the week of July 4th. So I'm excited to get away. Peace and quiet.
My name is Holly Bruce. I want to say thank you to all of you who have sent my husband Doug a card for his 80th birthday, which is coming up next week, the 15th. He's also going to have some surgery on the 14th.
He's got some stuff going on with his spine. So we'll all hold a good thought for him, and I'll keep you up to date. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alex. I work over at the Wellshire in Bloomington. We're a residential assisted living home for people with Alzheimer's and dementia. And I just wanted to say, speaking of birthdays, we have had several residents hit their centennial birthday, their 100-year birthday or more in the last couple months. We have several residents there that are in that age range. And just in the last couple months, we've had 2 or 3 that have hit their centennial birthdays or beyond. So just shout out for them for still doing the best they can and being with us. That's an amazing accomplishment.
Richard, are there any comments on Zoom?
Hello. Alexander's saying thank you to everyone who came to see my business at Golden Valley Pride yesterday.
That is awesome. Okay. We lift up these joys and sorrows that have been spoken and those that remain in the sanctuary of our hearts. Will you please join in our song response? Now let's all prepare us for a centering space.
This is a 5-minute loving kindness meditation. To begin with, get in a comfortable position, either lying down or sitting. Let your gaze soften and your eyelids close, either partially or fully, and then gently shift your attention inward by taking a few deep cleansing breaths, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. Now allow your breath to return to its own natural rhythm and pace. You're not trying to control your breath, you're just breathing as you naturally do. Feeling your belly rise and fall with each inhalation and exhalation of your breath. With each inhalation of your breath, your heart fills and it opens to loving kindness for yourself and for others. Breathing in loving kindness for you, letting it fill your heart, and letting loving kindness flow through you with each exhalation of your breath. now that your heart is open, I want you to repeat these phrases of loving kindness. May I be at peace. May I be connected. May I feel loved. Letting these words linger and allowing your heart to receive these words of loving kindness. Your heart is full. You are open. You are connected. And with this openness and connection, repeat these phrases of loving kindness for others. So repeat after me. May you be at peace. May you be well. May you be connected. May you too be loved. You may have in mind a special being or person or people. Whomever it is, you embrace this loving kindness while allowing this loving kindness to flow through you. As you express these phrases, not only to yourself, but to others. And when it feels right, you can open your eyes to bring yourself fully back into the present moment by looking around and noticing any shapes or colors that you might see in your environment. Listening to hear any sounds that might be there. And as we end this meditation, your heart remains open to loving kindness. And remember, you can always return to this meditation anytime that you need to express loving kindness toward yourself or to give loving kindness to others.
Seth and Naomi, can I request your services again? Okay. Volunteers Enlisted to Assist People, also known as VEEP, is a basic needs and social service organization whose programs include access to healthy foods, social services, housing stability, and other supportive services. VEEP takes a holistic approach to program delivery with its strategic partners to build a strong community, and they are located right here in Bloomington. Half of our offering this summer will be shared with VEEP. Thank you for your generous considerations. Will the ushers please come forward and take the offering? What is their name again, Sarah? VEEP. Are Volunteers Enlisted to Assist People. Thank you, everyone. Well, happy Pride Month. Yes, I'm cisgendered. Yes, I'm a heterosexual, but I love Pride. And I hope my LGBTQ plus brothers and sisters do not consider this appropriation. But how can you not love Pride? It is the celebration of love, the celebration of life, the celebration of authenticity. And to me, Pride is the true festival of freedom. Yeah. And Pride has morphed so much more than when I first became cognizant of it growing up in the 90s. It's more than just boy loves boy, girl loves boy. Sometimes a person loves both boy and girl. It so much expands that sexuality is so much more, has such a spectrum, and same with gender. I could have used a bit of pride when I was a kid growing up in the 80s in central Ohio. I don't know if I really would have felt comfortable with my she, her pronouns. Mainly because I felt that gender was kind of a farce. I mean, I was set up with a bunch of rules and mores based on my private parts. My mommy and daddy told me never to show my private parts to anyone, so whose business was it what they were? And I had to act in accordance to those rules based on the fact that I sat down to pee? It didn't make sense to me. Another way I found out that gender was kind of a farce to me was at 15 months old, my parents blessed me with a little brother. My little brother, on his retirement ceremony from the military, proclaimed me his first friend. And it's true, we liked the exact same things. We played the same games. Of course, what kid didn't like Chutes and Ladders and Ghosts in the Graveyard? We loved the same cartoons, He-Man and She-Ra, the real Ghostbusters, Jem and the Holograms, yes, Ryan did watch that with me, and those adorable Care Bears. We also got into the same trouble. My parents claim once we reached our developmental stage match that they raised us equal, but they raised us equal in the patriarchy. So whenever we got into the same trouble, the inequality reared its ugly head. My brother would just get put in timeout, get a one-word statement, "I'm so disappointed in your behavior." I, on the other hand, got a 20-minute lecture about how young ladies do not behave how I just behaved, and that I really need to think about my behavior for my reputation, or else I will never be marriageable. Hello, I was 6. The singular narrative Pastor Laura and Tom Ellinger talked to us about a few weeks ago. Even from a young age, I understood that the expectation was my success wouldn't really be defined whether I went to college and got a job, which was an expectation, but more my success hindered on the fact that if I was to be married. And after that, I was to change my name as a symbol of love for my husband and our children. I would like to forget that decade where I did comply to that. And I'm proud to stand before you, an unmarried woman with my partner Matthew right behind y'all, and our lovely son, Antonio Schneider. Yes, Matthew let me keep my name. But I felt so much in common with boys and girls, I didn't feel entirely a girl. If I had my choice, I would have probably picked Caesar. Because of my childhood head, I thought it sounded cool. Had I known about it when I was a child. my generation, and I'm the last year of Generation X, wasn't the first one to go through this. Even my parents' generation, and they were boomers, went through it a little bit. Yes, my parents did not want me to be a feminist. But yet it baffled my mother, who loved sports and missed Title IX just by 1 year, why her daughter did not want to play sports. Or how she wasn't exactly pleased that my desired aesthetic would be to look like one of my Bob Mackie Barbies. But I think if given the freedom and the right, we will all discover that we're not entirely feminine or masculine, and that our lives are not to be dictated by the parts we are not allowed to show to others in a public setting. I was not raised Unitarian. My parents did not come up here like I did a few weeks ago with my partner and my son and claim that and dedicate that we would raise our son and allow all the children in this congregation to live life according to their own path. My parents had a set belief on what would have made them happy as children, so they tried to set that belief to my brother and myself, thinking that would make us happy. It did not. Simply, gender fluidity is one of the many, many infinite results of allowing your kids to discover their authentic selves, to find their own path. It's one of the reasons why Matthew brings Antonio here every week. And Antonio loves coming to MVUUF every week. He will brag about to his preschool friends how he lit the cellist in the preschool room. And we were given a cellist when we became members. He lights that at home 5 times a week. He especially loves coming to MVUUF because he feels safe here to present his personality in all its glory. There's no agenda really in raising Antonio except to find what brings him joy, present it to him, and let him explore it. That's how we dedicate the lives to all of our children in this building. See what gives them joy and have them discover their point in life. Therefore, Antonio has a variety of interests. He loves cars, dinosaurs, and space. He also loves glitter, unicorns, and he steals my makeup. Antonio has not been taught that any gender is lesser than. In fact, we don't really bring a point to tell him, oh, this is what girls like, this is what boys like. Nothing is lesser than. Of course, I have naysayers when they come to realize how Matthew and I have chosen to raise Antonio. And they say that we're giving into a liberal agenda. Eye roll, please. But I have to be honest, I do have an agenda for Antonio. There's one thing he is not allowed to be in life, and that is an anal sphincter. You guys know what I'm getting at? My son is not to be a bully in any way. Yes, my son is the only child in my household, but he is not the only child in the world. And where he may be the center of the universe for me and Matthew, he is not the true center of the universe. Currently, we are working on manners, working on kindness, working on interaction. Pleasant interactions, that is. So he can be a kind, loving person to bring forth love and positive change as he grows older and however he sees fit. That's it. And another thing that Antonio loves is pride. Don't believe me? Ask to see my library card. He picked it out. There were 20 infinite possibilities for a library card, and we had it narrowed down to 2, Dragon and Pride. Well, what kid does not love a dragon? But he simply just looked up and said, Pride. The librarians were pleasantly shocked that a 5-year-old said it with such assurance. But I assure them, he knows what it means. Yes, Antonio can act really oblivious about a bunch of things. And due to his autism, he hasn't always met his developmental goals. But Antonio has also proven that he's intelligent in more ways than one. He knows. He knows that his gender identity is fluid. In fact, he confessed to Matthew just this week, Dad, I'm a boy's girl. We're gonna go with it. The only reason why he goes by the he, him pronouns that were assigned at birth is he has not told us anything differently. This is his journey. But he's already been exposed to options. In fact, last night we read a wonderful book that we got from the library called Payton's Pronoun Priority. And there we've learned more pronouns than we could imagine. And of course, I got the naysayers saying that it could be a phase. And maybe for many of us growing up, gender fluidity was forced on us to just be a phase. And as we grew up, we had to be what society thought we needed to be. It's becoming not that way anymore. So Matthew and I will continue to raise Antonio without shame in things that don't need shame. Gender is not finite. It is not dictated by parts you're not allowed to show anyone, except for your doctor and intimate partner. Gender is a journey. And Antonio is going to change so many ways as he grows up. And this congregation may have to every week eventually ask him, well, what are your pronouns this week? Because he's going to be exploring his identity as he gets older. And he may never truly pick one, and that's beautiful. And that is the beauty of being members here at MVUUF. We are safe to raise our children to grow in the ways our children see fit. Antonio knows that this is a safe place. In fact, in his children dedication, when we told him it was a special time for him, he picked out his very special outfit. He picked out his favorite Nirvana shirt, which has nothing to do with the music, but just because it makes a face like this. And his brand new skirt that I bought him just the day before. Picked it out by himself, got himself dressed. Because he knew that he would be accepted wearing a skirt here. He knows. He knows that you are all safe people. He knows that you will help him find his own journey. And to Matthew and myself, there couldn't be any more of a wonderful gift. So thank you everyone here at MVUUF for making this a safe place for my child and everyone's child. Teal Hymnal, 1020. Thank you, Richard, for keeping me on track. I did practice last night, the whole thing of service, but one of the things that I love about this congregation is that we can be open about mental health. And even though I am a distinguished Toastmaster, I still experience anxiety. And that's coming into play today. But now, let's say the words to extinguish our chalice. Thank you.